Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand. Atlas Shrugged is a monumental work of fiction that explores the philosophical principles of objectivism through a gripping narrative of industrialists, innovators, and their struggle against a collectivist society. The story is set in a dystopian United States where government overreach and bureaucratic control have stifled creativity and economic freedom. The novel follows Dagny Taggart, Hank Rearden, and John Galt as they navigate a collapsing society and strive to uphold the values of reason, individualism, and capitalism. Let's deep dive into the book. Dagny Taggart's struggle. The novel opens with Dagny Taggart, the competent and determined vice president of operations at Taggart Transcontinental Railroad, grappling with the deteriorating state of her company and the country's infrastructure. Dagny is committed to reversing the decline and restoring the railroad's former glory. Her resolve is tested by governmental regulations and the incompetence of her brother, James Taggart, who holds the title of president but lacks her vision and capability. Hank Rearden and Rearden Metal. Hank Rearden, a self-made steel magnate, introduces a revolutionary new alloy called Rearden Metal, which promises to transform the industry. Despite its superior quality, Rearden Metal faces opposition from a society that resents and fears innovation. Hank's personal and professional life is marked by conflicts, including his troubled marriage to Lillian, who despises his dedication to his work. Rearden's struggle to protect his creation and assert his rights exemplifies the novel's themes of individualism and the sanctity of intellectual property. The motor of the world. Dagny discovers an abandoned prototype of a revolutionary motor that could change the world by providing limitless energy. Intrigued and determined to find the creator, she embarks on a quest that leads her through a network of brilliant but disillusioned individuals who have withdrawn their talents from a society that punishes excellence and rewards mediocrity. This quest is central to the novel's exploration of the importance of creativity and innovation. The strike of the mind. As Dagny and Hank work to overcome the obstacles placed by the government and collectivist forces, they encounter a growing movement of productive individuals who are mysteriously disappearing. These individuals are led by John Galt, a brilliant inventor and philosopher who advocates for a strike of the mind against a society that exploits their talents. Galt's philosophy of rational self-interest and the rejection of altruism underpin the novel's ideological framework. John Galt's speech. In one of the novel's climactic moments, John Galt hijacks a national broadcast to deliver an extensive speech outlining his philosophy of objectivism. He condemns the moral and economic systems that demand the sacrifice of the individual for the collective good and asserts the moral right of individuals to pursue their own happiness and interests. Galt's speech is a manifesto for the novel's themes of reason, individualism, and capitalism. The collapse of society. As the novel progresses, the societal and economic collapse accelerates. The government implements increasingly draconian measures to control industry and redistribute wealth, leading to widespread shortages, chaos, and despair. The collapse serves as a stark warning of the dangers of collectivism and the erosion of individual freedoms. Dagny and her allies witness the consequences of a society that has abandoned reason and productivity. Galt's Gulch. Dagny eventually discovers Galt's Gulch, a hidden valley where the strikers have created a self-sustaining community based on the principles of free markets and individual rights. In Galt's Gulch, the best and brightest live freely, unburdened by the demands of a collectivist society. Dagny's time in the valley reveals the potential for a world where creativity and innovation can flourish without interference. The final confrontation. The climax of the novel occurs when John Galt is captured by the government and tortured to force him to help save the collapsing society. Dagny, Hank, and their allies launch a daring rescue mission, demonstrating their unwavering commitment to their values and to each other. The rescue and Galt's refusal to compromise symbolize the triumph of individualism over collectivist tyranny. Rebuilding the world. The novel concludes with the collapse of the collectivist regime and the hope for a new beginning based on the principles of objectivism. The protagonists, led by John Galt, prepare to rebuild a world where reason, individual rights, and capitalism are the guiding principles. The novel's ending is a call to action for readers to embrace these values and reject the ideologies that undermine human potential. Legacy of Atlas Shrugged. Atlas Shrugged remains a highly influential and controversial work, celebrated for its passionate defense of individualism and capitalism. Ayn Rand's novel continues to inspire debate and discussion about the role of government, the morality of self-interest, and the importance of personal freedom. Its enduring legacy is reflected in its impact on libertarian and conservative thought, and its continued relevance in contemporary discourse on economic and political philosophy. Let's meet together the main characters of the book. Dagny Taggart is the novel's protagonist and the vice president of operations at Taggart Transcontinental Railroad. She is a determined, intelligent, and capable businesswoman who fights to keep her railroad running despite the challenges posed by a collapsing society. Dagny's unwavering commitment to her work and her pursuit of excellence embody the novel's themes of individualism and rational self-interest. Her relationships with other characters, including Hank Rearden and John Galt, highlight her struggle to reconcile her ideals with the world around her. Hank Rearden is a brilliant industrialist and the inventor of Rearden metal, a revolutionary new alloy. Rearden's dedication to his work and his belief in the value of productivity make him a key figure in the novel's exploration of the morality of capitalism. Despite facing personal and professional challenges, including opposition from the government and a strained marriage, Rearden remains committed to his principles and his vision. His relationship with Dagny Taggart and his eventual decision to join John Galt's strike illustrate his journey towards embracing his own worth and rejecting societal constraints. John Galt is the enigmatic leader of the strike of the mind and the embodiment of Ayn Rand's philosophy of objectivism. A brilliant inventor and philosopher, Galt advocates for the primacy of reason, individualism, and the moral right to pursue one's own happiness. His famous speech outlines the novel's ideological framework and serves as a manifesto for the principles of objectivism. Galt's relationship with Dagny Taggart and his role in orchestrating the strike demonstrate his influence on the novel's events and its ultimate resolution. James Taggart, Dagny's brother, is the president of Taggart Transcontinental and a symbol of the novel's critique of collectivism and mediocrity. Unlike Dagny, James is incompetent, manipulative, and reliant on government favors to maintain his position. His actions contribute to the decline of the railroad and the broader society. James's character serves as a contrast to the novel's heroic figures and illustrates the destructive consequences of abandoning individual responsibility and merit. Francisco d'Anconia is a charismatic and brilliant industrialist who plays a key role in John Galt's strike. Once a successful businessman, Francisco deliberately sabotages his own enterprises to undermine the collectivist society and hasten its collapse. His actions and his relationship with Dagny Taggart reveal his deep commitment to the principles of objectivism and his strategic thinking. Francisco's transformation from a celebrated entrepreneur to a covert revolutionary highlights the novel's themes of sacrifice and ideological struggle. Eddie Willers is a loyal and hardworking employee at Taggart Transcontinental and a close friend of Dagny Taggart. Although he lacks the exceptional abilities of other characters, Eddie's dedication and integrity make him a sympathetic figure. His perspective provides a contrast to the novel's more heroic characters and underscores the impact of the collapsing society on ordinary individuals. Eddie's unwavering support for Dagny and his efforts to keep the railroad running reflect his commitment to the values of hard work and loyalty. Lillian Rearden is Hank Rearden's wife, who represents the novel's critique of altruism and parasitism. Lillian resents Hank's success and seeks to undermine his achievements, embodying the destructive consequences of envy and dependency. Her manipulative behavior and moral hypocrisy highlight the contrast between the novel's heroes, who create and produce, and those who seek to leech off their efforts. Lillian's character serves as a foil to the novel's celebration of productivity and individualism. Let's explore together the main themes and concepts of the book. Individualism and rational self-interest. A central theme of Atlas Shrugged is the celebration of individualism and rational self-interest. The novel champions the idea that individuals have the right to pursue their own happiness, and that this pursuit drives innovation, progress, and prosperity. Through characters like Dagny Taggart and John Galt, Rand illustrates the power of self-reliance and the moral imperative of living for oneself rather than sacrificing for others. The role of government and collectivism. Atlas Shrugged presents a critical view of government intervention and collectivist policies. The novel depicts a dystopian society where government overreach stifles creativity and economic freedom, leading to decline and collapse. Rand argues that collectivism, which prioritizes the needs of the group over the rights of the individual, is inherently destructive and antithetical to human flourishing. The morality of capitalism. The novel offers a robust defense of capitalism as the only moral economic system. Rand posits that capitalism, based on voluntary exchange and respect for individual rights, is the system that best allows individuals to achieve their potential. The successful industrialists and innovators in the novel represent the virtues of productivity, ingenuity, and integrity, in contrast to the incompetence and corruption of the collectivist bureaucrats. The power of innovation and creativity. Innovation and creativity are celebrated as the driving forces behind human progress in Atlas Shrugged. The novel showcases the achievements of brilliant minds who push the boundaries of technology and industry, such as Hank Rearden's development of Rearden Metal and John Galt's revolutionary motor. These innovations are portrayed as the product of free minds operating in a free market, unhampered by arbitrary constraints. The struggle for freedom and integrity. The struggle for freedom and integrity is a recurring motif in the novel. Characters like Dagny Taggart and Hank Rearden fight to uphold their values and maintain their integrity in the face of societal pressure and coercion. Their resistance to the demands of a collectivist society underscores the importance of standing firm in one's principles and the connection between personal integrity and genuine freedom. Let's talk about the author. Ayn Rand was a Russian-American novelist and philosopher born on February 6, 1905, in St. Petersburg, Russia. She is best known for developing the philosophical system of objectivism, which emphasizes reason, individualism, and laissez-faire capitalism. Rand's major works include The Fountainhead and Atlas Shrugged, both of which articulate her philosophical principles through compelling narratives and complex characters. Rand's ideas have been influential in libertarian and conservative circles, sparking both admiration and controversy. She died on March 6, 1982, leaving a lasting legacy through her writings and the continued relevance of her philosophical contributions. Sincere thanks for watching. If you found this summary helpful, consider taking a moment to hit the subscribe button, like or share the video. If you have any feedbacks or book requests, make sure to leave a comment. Regardless, I wish you a great day.